If not his baton, Maestro Ryan Cayabyab has a paintbrush in his hand. Dozens of his paintings are now on display at a mall in Makati for his first solo exhibition. The Maestro joins us now in the studio to tell us more about Tunay na Ligaya. Mr. C, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Rico.
I only watch you in concerts, and now you're here
Me also.
promoting your very first art exhibition. How did this all come about?
It's a good thing that I have a team who really pushed me to mount it, because otherwise I wouldn't even think of how to do anything like it. But what happened was, from 2022 to 2023, nakaipon ako ng so many paintings, and I said I wanted to have an exhibit.
But you rediscovered your love for the visual arts during the pandemic.
Rediscovered, yes. But as maybe a lot of people know, that I had been delving in art, doodling, sketching, ink and paper.
What's this? When do you do that? During rehearsals? When you're judging a singing competition?
Exactly. When we're doing auditions, especially, my panel would be wondering what I do, like waiting for, etc., for what happens. I just doodle. But otherwise, I do sketches, and sometimes, all the doodles, they have been taken by all my panels or all the people around me. They say, can I have this one?
That's why none of these doodles, none of these sketches are showcased in your art exhibit of 53 works. And I'm sure everyone would like also to know that you won the National YMCA National Arts Competition in 1968.
Yeah.
So why didn't you not pursue visual arts? Why music?
Visual arts was what do you call it? I was just sidetracked, I think, into visual arts. But the focus or the interest is really in music. But I don't know, maybe the other story would be, people know that my mom is an opera singer, and when she died when I was 6 years old, she told our father to discourage any one of the children to pursue music. So I did anyway. By the time I was a graduate of high school, I started working as a pianist for a bank choir.
But did you not think, didn't it ever cross your mind to balance the visual arts and music so you can make double the money?
Never. I never thought about it. This is
Only now.
Yeah, well,
Only now. In 2022, 2023.
Because I didn't know that you can, when I started music, I also didn't know that I can make a living out of music. All this time, I was playing for people, I was, doing all this work, and I was just doing it for fun. I didn't know, one day I was paid a check for arranging something. I said, oh, this thing pala has a value. And the same thing with the painting. The first time somebody offered to buy, I said, what, are you kidding? You want to buy this painting? And he said, yeah, I want to buy it. That started it. And when I started posting on Facebook, it only took maybe a day, 3 days, and then that's it. Somebody will go and say, it's mine, I want to buy it. And after that, Rico, I realized this was pandemic. I didn't have any job, like 20, 21, 22. And,
basically, the entertainment industry was the first one to shut down.
Yeah,
and the last one to restart.
Exactly. So no jobs for me, no concerts, no arranging, except that I wrote a lot of music. In that period, I wrote a lot of music. I gave it away because...
More music than you ever did.
More music I ever did in probably a decade, in 2 years. But, the catch is I gave it to organizations who needed, like PAWS, organizations like a lot of
Jingles.
theme music for a lot of doctors, like you have this group of doctors and they need I did a lot of that during that time.
And taking a look at this body of works, 53 of them, which are currently on exhibit at the Power Plant Mall in Makati, it's an eclectic mix. You have abstract, you have floral, but what really caught my eye, Mr. C, was the IFE series. I'm very familiar with the selfie, with the Wi-Fi, but you have the IFE. What made you get into this concept of the IFE series, which is like half of your face with some very important objects and symbols in your life?
Actually, it's a quarter of the face.
A quarter.
It's only just the eye,
Okay.
one eye.
There he is. It's right now on television. How many works are these? This IFE series?
There's 16 of that.
16.
I started with 4, and then my daughter said, why don't you do 12, no? One for each month. And then Raymond Lotchenko says, oh, why don't you do 16, you know, in celebration of your one voice, one, you know.
Yeah,
16
in 1981.
voice. Yes. Oh, my goodness, you remember all that.
I followed your career since I was a little boy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. You know, it started because when I started doing social media, all the pictures that I posted were IFEs. And then it became so popular that even all my friends, they all want an IFE with me, you know, like my eye here and them there. So it hasn't surfaced yet, but I'm sure one of these days, a lot
Those
of the friends will
photographs.
say, yeah, we'll show you photographs of them with my IFE.
Very interesting. If you take a look at the contrast of all of these IFE works, you have one wherein you really look so young. That was like UP High School, 1970.
Yes.
And then you have, did you ever have green hair before, Mr. C? And then, of course, our white hair, the black hair, you know, the salt and pepper. I mean, just across decades. Beautiful. And of course, all kinds of eyewear, different shapes.
Yes, during the time that I had, because it's not only about IFEs from 2011 to now. That's why I picked up a photo from my graduation, from my high school yearbook. And I said, I'm going to do an IFE of that. You know, just I put just a quarter of the face and then put UP High 1970.
And you have really proven, Maestro, that at any age we can still pursue a passion or whatever moves you to create. And now you're creating art. Will this continue from your first solo exhibition? Are we gonna see a second solo exhibition anytime soon?
I'm not predicting a second exhibition yet. But I'm going to ask you, what is your passion? What is it that you want to do, Rico? Is there anything that you have been wanting to pursue?
What I'm doing right now, interviewing a national treasure.
Like
My
writing
passion for journalism. Yes.
Writing a book.
Eventually writing a book.
Yeah, and publishing, you know.
And publishing it.
This
And what
is-
about yourself?
Me? What
Yes.
do you mean?
I mean, also write a book. That will come. That's the next project.
I hope so. I'm not a good writer, so that's not my core competency. But I still remember things that I can probably tell the stories to somebody who would like to write it. But that's it. You know, through the age, I mean, I'm getting older. I seem
You're only
to
57.
No, I'm 69.
Revealing his true age.
I always say I'm 7 months to 70.
70. But if you would choose 3 songs, of course, apart from the IFE series, which was inspired by the 16 voices of your one in 1981, your abstract works, your floral works, what would be maybe 1 or 2 songs from your long list of hits that would best describe this body of works?
I guess any song that has that is full of joy, exuberance, and fun, because you know that is my character, and it shows in the paintings that I have done. I'm really more of a very spontaneous person, and I like fun. I like I don't like any problems if that's possible.
Absolutely.
Of course, that's not possible. But my escape is, see, it's already there. It's my music. And now I have visual art.
And maybe eventually, Mr. C, integrate your music into a musical with your artworks as a backdrop.
That's an idea.
That's an original idea.
Yeah. Well, I did an opera for Spoliarium already, so you can imagine that backdrop
Of Juan Luna. Yes.
So, looks like a good idea.
So until when, Maestro, is this exhibit Tunay na Ligaya at the Power Plant Mall?
Tunay na Ligaya at the Power Plant Mall will be held until November 5. It has a move-over engagement at the Estancia Mall from November 10 to November 26. So those guys who have not, who don't have a chance or no time to go to the Power Plant Mall, it's gonna move over to Estancia Mall.
National artist for music and maybe one of these days, national artist for the visual arts?
Never.
Never.
I don't
Maestro Ryan, Mr. C. Cayabyab, congratulations on your first solo exhibit and thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you,
The
Rico.
Final Word.
Thank you.